How's your heart today? You thought healing would feel like fireworks, but instead, it feels like silence. No goals, no drive, no spark left inside you. You wake up and wonder, did I lose myself? Did I break something along the way? But what if this emptiness isn't the end? What if it's proof that you've finally stopped running on borrowed fuel? The fear, the need to prove, the endless hunger for approval. What if this quiet isn't collapse, but the doorway to your real self? The strange silence after healing. You faced the darkest parts of yourself. You confronted the wounds you used to bury. You cried, you forgave, you released, and finally you healed. And now you feel nothing, not joy, not drive, not even pain, just a hollow stillness. It scares you more than the chaos ever did. This is the part nobody talks about. The moment when old fears stop pushing you forward, but new dreams haven't spoken yet. The machinery that once fueled your ambition is gone. And when that engine dies, life gets quiet, too quiet. The in-between space. You're not who you were before, but you're not fully who you're becoming either. It feels like standing in a doorway. One foot in the past, one foot in the unknown. We're told healing should feel good, that it's like medicine. Problem fixed, smile restored. But real healing isn't like that. Real healing dismantles the system that used to run your life. For years, fear was your fuel. Fear of being left out, fear of being unloved, fear of not being enough. That fear kept you moving. When it dissolves, you don't just feel lighter, you feel lost. Because the fire you thought was passion was actually anxiety. And without it, you don't know how to move. A story of Alex. Alex was the poster child of ambition. A startup founder in his late 20s, fueled by caffeine, working 70 hours a week, living for pitch decks, funding rounds, headlines. But underneath, it wasn't passion, it was fear. Fear of disappointing his parents, fear of being average, fear of being nothing. Burnout hit hard. Panic attacks forced him into therapy. For the first time, Alex slowed down. He faced the pressure, the inner voices, the childhood wounds that told him he'd never be enough unless he won, and he healed. But then came the silence. The startup goals that once electrified him now felt empty. The chase for investors, the dream of scaling fast. It all looked like a performance he no longer believed in. I used to wake up with fire in my chest, he said. Even if it was fear, it pushed me. Now I wake up and feel nothing. Like I'm waiting for instructions from a voice that stopped speaking. For months, Alex thought he was broken. But really, he was standing in the pause between two selves. The moment after the old fuel is gone. Before the new source of life arrives. Why emptiness happens when fear no longer drives you. Old goals lose their power. The ladder you climbed suddenly leans against the wrong wall. The identity you built feels like clothes that don't fit anymore. This isn't failure, it's growth. The emptiness is protection. Your soul refuses to let you go back to living on wounds. But it hasn't revealed what will pull you forward yet. The sacred pause. Ancient cultures understood this. They created vision quests, initiations, dark nights of the soul. They knew transformation requires stillness, a season of not knowing, a season of emptiness. But our world doesn't honor that. We medicate silence, we shame it, we call it failure. In truth, the pause is sacred. The silence is necessary. It isn't life abandoning you. It's life making space for something real. The gentle emergence. For Alex, it didn't arrive as lightning. It arrived quietly. He started walking in the mornings. No phone, no podcasts, no agenda, just movement, just breath, just being. One morning he noticed a small used bookstore. He'd passed it hundreds of times, but that day, he really saw it. Something about its faded sign, stacks of forgotten stories. It pulled him in. Inside he felt something he hadn't in years. Peace, no pressure, no investors. Just the quiet magic of books, and the memory of being a child, lost in stories. He began visiting, then helping the elderly owner organize shelves, then dreaming about what the space could be for the community. Not a pitch deck, not a plan, not for profit, but as an act of love. Months later, Alex would laugh and say, It didn't make sense at first, but following that small spark gave me more energy than years of grinding ever did. That bookstore became the seed of a new path, one rooted not in fear, but in truth. Fear versus truth. Here's what Alex learned. Fear pushes truth, pulls fear screams, prove yourself, don't stop, don't fall behind. Truth whispers, this way, slow down, you belong here. Fear gives you anxiety disguised as ambition. Truth gives you peace disguised as purpose. And only when fear stops shouting, can you finally hear the whisper. How to listen. If you're in that in-between, unmotivated, confused, empty, try this. 1. Write down 3 things you think you should care about. Then ask, whose voice told me that? Is it really mine? 2. Write down 3 things that quietly spark curiosity or peace, even if they don't make sense. The first list shows your old programming. The second shows where your true self is starting to lead you. Transformation, not collapse. What feels like the end is preparation. The soil of your old life is being cleared, so something new can grow. You didn't lose motivation. You outgrew the kind that came from fear. And while silence feels scary, it is sacred, because when true motivation emerges, it won't feel frantic. It won't feel desperate. It will feel like sunrise. Slow, steady, nourishing, and it will pull you toward what's real. So if you're standing in the void, feeling lost, listen closely. You are not broken. You are not failing. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. The silence you fear is not the end. It is the space between who you were and who you're becoming, and the life you're moving toward. It's worth the wait. If this message spoke to you, share your journey in the comments. Someone out there may need to hear it. And if you're ready to awaken your true power, subscribe to Mindlight. The silence isn't the end. It's the beginning of everything real.